Okay folks, welcome back to the Long Dark. Yes, we are moving forward and things have really progressed. We brought down the bear in the last video and we turned in the mission to Jeremiah, and we have learned some interesting things about the name Wintermute, where it comes from, and we are now in a position to move on. But before we do, we are going to do a little bit of housekeeping and various stuffs. So first of all, I want to try and get everything into one place. That's what I've kind of decided. I've kind of gone away for a few hours since filming the last video. And I'm just kind of having to think about what to do next. And I think what we're going to do before we kind of go racing off to go to the dam and all that stuff, let's just take a bit of time and get ourselves organised. And hopefully we may even be able to use some of these various pelts, guts and things we've got lying around to craft some clothing, because that is one major issue that I've got at the moment. I don't have a coat and I don't have a hat, so I kind of want to sort that out a bit and see if there's anything I can do about it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Jeremiah's magical fire to just melt a couple of litres of snow to get a couple of litres of water. And I'm going to take this wolf pelt and this gut back to camp office. I actually have a feeling, you know, though, that I don't have enough. You see, having just said all of that, I don't actually think I've got enough to make anything out of it. Not without bringing down more deer, which I can't be bothered to do. I'm going to take those matches, I'm going to take those painkillers and antibiotics, because I think we're going to need them. We've used quite a lot of painkillers and antibiotics. Actually, let's not go to camp office. Let's go to Unnamed Pond and across to the other cabin, because I think that's where I left my flashlight, and I do need that. So let's. I tell you what. Slight change to the change of plan. Let's go back to the cabin by Unnamed Pond. Let's have a look what we've got there and see how many wolf pelts and how many deerskins we've got. I have a feeling we're not going to have enough to do anything with unless we bring down another deer or bring down another wolf, which I kind of don't want to do, because I kind of want to get on with it and get moving through the dam. So yeah, okay. I don't think I've got enough to be able to do what I just said. So ignore all of that. Oh, I didn't realise how tired I was. Whoops. I didn't realise how tired I was. I should have slept for a little bit in Jeremiah's house before we came out. Whoops. Okay, well, let's carry on. Let's see if we can get to Unnamed Pond. It's not very far from here, so hopefully we can get there. So yes, we learned some things. Jeremiah's basically giving us a code word to pass on to his friend up near Perseverance Mills. I keep calling it Falls, but it's actually Mills, isn't it? Hills, Mills. One or the other. Yeah, he's passed on what is basically a code word, which of course is Wintermute. So I'm going to be very interested to know what that's all about. And it's also revealed he has a hidden radio hiding away inside his hut. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that all pans out. There seems to be some bigger picture going on that our character of Will Mackenzie has not picked up on, or which Jeremiah feels we've not picked up on. And of course that is open to complete speculation from our part as players as to what that means, and I dare say there's probably as many theories out there as there are players, so won't read too much into any of it. Okay, so Unnamed Pond is I think it's just over, it's around this way, isn't it? I think we just peel off down here slightly, I think, don't we, and just come around this corner and we will find Unnamed Pond. I know we're a bit encumbered, but we're a bit short of firewood, something I am rather conscious of. So let us. I'm kind of, as we're walking along and I'm speaking, I'm kind of formulating a new plan as to what to do. And I think what I'm going to do is we'll go to the hut by Unnamed Pond. We shall sort out our... I think that's where I left the flashlight. I'm fairly sure that's where I left it. Oops. Can't sprint anymore, we're too tired. I'm fairly sure that's where I left the flashlight, so we'll grab that from there. We'll just come back, I think, through Unnamed Pond. Are there any cacti sorts of things around here? We're actually okay, because we've got the bear meat, and that'll keep us going for a bit. We'll just have a quick look at our situation. If this is where we picked it up, if we feel we've got everything that we need... I'm slightly concerned about the wolf that's over there. I don't want it to... Because we are very fatigued, so it's going to be quite difficult to fight it off. We're going to take a fair chunk of damage and we can't sprint. Yeah, okay. This is potentially a bit problematic. I'm kind of thinking maybe what we should do, if we don't feel we need to go back to camp office, if we feel we've got everything we need to move forward with here, we've got our flashlight, which is the important bit, we can perhaps go straight from here to the huts that are over by the dam, and then we just need to wait for an aurora. When we have an aurora, we can go out and we can go into the dam and we can go through the dam. Jeremiah mentioned that bits of it are very unstable. There's been lots of quakes, lots of damage, and obviously in survival mode that's not the case. It's not unstable at all. You only have to cross the turbine hall, go through the door, down to the first fire escape. That takes you into Pleasant Valley, which is where we appear to be heading for. Maybe it's going to be a bit different in Wintermute. We'll find out when we get there. Which, if we go through with the plan I'm now going with, is going to be fairly soon. Although it's a shame to leave behind all these deer hides and things. But I've got 2 that are cured. I've got 1 that's 88% cured. I've got lots of gut. I've got 1 wolf pelt. I'm carrying a wolf pelt. But I just don't think we don't have enough. I mean, let's just pick it up and let's pick up all of the gut that's here. I don't think we have enough to... It's not unlocking the blueprints, which means that we've not got the materials needed. So I think... It's a shame. It really is a shame not to make use of having all of this stuff. But I honestly feel... time-wise, I just want to get on with it. I really do. There's my flashlight. There's my distress pistol. Plus the shells. Oh, we've actually got some raw venison here. I didn't realise that. But it's not in very good condition. So we're probably not going to use it. We'll sort some clothing out as well, because our clothing is not in particularly good condition. So I think I'll just grab that clothing for a minute, and then we'll just see if we can't do a little bit of clothing. But obviously we're pretty tired, so I think we need to sleep before we do much else. So let's just we'll eat. We need to eat 1 piece of our bear meat, really. And we'll drink. I'm carrying a fair chunk of water as well. And we're going to sleep. And we may as well... Oh, let's just sleep for 3 hours. Hopefully that will give us just enough fatigue recovery. Although the weather doesn't sound very nice outside. Hopefully it's not dark. Hopefully that's just given us enough fatigue recovery that we can at least just do a little bit of sorting out. So, clothing-wise, we have a down vest. We can pop that on. That will give us something. Do we have... That's 85%. That's 90%. That's 59. 56, 58%. I think that one's probably the best. So, well, the ones we're wearing are the best of the bunch. Trouser ones are okay. Fit ones are okay. Okay, so we've pretty much got on the best set of clothing that we can possibly manage. So let's drop the ruin stuff. And the stuff that we're not wearing. Those mittens need a bit of repair work doing to them, so let's just do that. Get them in slightly better condition. There we go. So that's improved the condition of those. These trousers are not in great condition either, so let's do a bit of repair work on those. There we go. So that's clothing. I think we're in pretty good condition right now, so that's fine. Medication wise, we're doing fine. We've got bandages, we've got antiseptic, we've got lots of painkillers, we've got antiseptic. Fire starting materials are actually pretty good. We've got a fair chunk of wood there, we've got tinder, and we do have something we can turn into tinder, so that's all good. We are carrying cloth, we're carrying a couple of extra bandages here. We've got various odds and ends, that's all good. Now, tool wise, we've got the distress pistol for some flares. Our hatchet is not in very good condition, but we have got a whetstone here, so we can make use of that. That we can just get rid of, I think. Let's deal with our hatchet. I think to deal with that, I just need to get the... There is a whetstone here. So we can make use of that to sharpen the hatchet. Do that quite a few times, I think, just to improve the condition of that hatchet. Make sure it's in good condition before we go anywhere. What's the condition right now? 25%. So that's increased it by 10% roughly. Well, it's 11% actually, I think. So we're just going to keep doing this until we get that condition up above 50%. It's a bit tedious, a bit time consuming, but never mind. We'll just keep going.
Something's making me feel tired.
Something's making you feel tired. Would that be because you're tired, perhaps? I don't know. What a bizarre comment. Okay. Okay, 61%, that will do, I think. Although the whetstone's not actually very heavy, so we can probably take it with us. Food-wise, we have those, we have that, we have some water, so that's some good clothing, we sorted that, sorted. I think, you know, we are pretty much sorted. So, I need to find the bed. It's here somewhere. Don't make me strike a match, that would suck. There it is. Okay, so, before we sleep, I think we need to drink at least. We'll do 8 hours. Take us through to morning. So I think what we're going to do then, I really want to do the deerskin clothing and all that kind of stuff, but I've got to go and hunt another deer, and that's just going to take time, and I'm just keen to get on with it now. So I think what I'm going to do, we've got everything, the basics that we need. We're going to go to the little hut that's by the dam. Need another piece of bear meat. We'll go to the hut that's by the dam, and we are going to set ourselves up there, and then we are going to wait until we have an aurora, and then when we have that aurora, we're going to go into the dam, and we are going to try and complete the missions and try and get out of this area to Pleasant Valley. So, the weather doesn't sound brilliant outside, but we're going to poke our head out and see what it looks like. Hopefully it's okay. Right, okay, maybe not then. Let's go back inside. And I think we're just going to need to sleep a few hours. Let's just sleep a few more hours then, see if this weather calms down. Doesn't sound like it has, does it? Okay, let's do another... Well, before we... Let's just drink... Oh, we're gonna have to... We're running out of water again. Maybe we should have done a little bit more. Well, we've got enough fire starting materials. When we get over to the cabin, we can start another fire. Ah, this is ridiculous! Okay, there we go. It's blown itself out. But we're going to be virtually by darkness again now. Okay. Right, so now we can go outside and carry on. So we're in really good condition. We've got all the tools and equipment that we need. And we're going to head for the dam. Oh, it's still not in great... It's not great weather out here. Okay, well, we've got all the tools and equipment that we need. So we'll head out to the dam now. I will pick up any more sticks that I happen to come across on the way. Obviously, we're going to be heading to Clear Cut and then up to Logging Camp and then around the corner towards the dam. That's the plan. And hopefully when we get there, we will have an aurora. Now, it may well be that we end up having to wait for an aurora. It may well be that the game will trigger an aurora the night time that we get to the dam. So I suppose the fact that we're heading in late afternoon towards the evening is probably not such a bad thing, because it does mean that if it is going to do that and trigger an aurora for us when we get to the dam, at least we are heading there at night when it's going to happen. So okay, so we just got to be a little bit careful, because of course there are still we brought the bear down, but there are still wolves about. In fact, we're going to pass the old bear. Oh, talking of wolves, there's one. We're going to go for the skirt around it tactic, I think. Rather not tussle with it if I can avoid it. So we shall go for the wide berth approach. We're sprinting to get away from it now. Okay, there we go, so that's got past that. Oh, hello dear. I think that's a good sign that they're wandering down here. Probably means there aren't any wolves or nasties around on here. Okay, so we're just going to keep heading this way then towards the dam. It's quite a trek. It's a fairly long way to go. Now, knowing that we're getting quite close to, or well, we suspect we're getting quite close to the end of this chapter. Well, I keep calling it chapter 2, but the game is actually calling this chapter 5. So I suppose I'm kind of calling this is episode 2, and we're up towards chapter 5 of episode 2. I just actually looked at the missions. Getting to the dam at night when the aurora is in the sky. So that is our current. So that's actually the 5th one. So yes, this is the 5th chapter of episode 2 of Wintermute. And of course we now know that Wintermute is Jeremiah's code word for something. Okay, I'm going to make a break. I'm just going to try and keep going for the dam. I'm not going to stop in logging camp if I can avoid it. What's the temperature? Feels like -10. Oh, we're actually okay. I'm not doing too bad. Obviously we've not got brilliant clothing on, but we are not doing too bad at all. So we'll keep going. Rather than stopping in logging camp, we'll keep going. And we'll just try and get to the dam. What I want to do is get to the... I mean, we've got a couple of options really. We can either set ourselves up in the dam. I mean, that is an option in the front area of the dam, in that upstairs area. That's definitely an option. In fact, I'm thinking that might be the best idea. You know, go in there and then just kind of hang around until we get an aurora. Yes, I think that might be the better bet. You know, head up there and just hang about until we get an aurora. There's our friendly neighbourhood bear. We've got a bit of a headwind, which does slow us down a bit. So we're heading along. It's a bit of a shame, really, not to harvest more of the bear. But but I don't think... Well, I'm hoping we won't be on the map for very much longer before we kind of run out at the end of this and move on. So I am working on the assumption that episode 2 is going to come to an end once we get through the dam and we start heading into the transition area. But of course I could be completely wrong. It could be that we end up having to cross Pleasant Valley and get to that radio transmitter as part of the as part of this as well. You never know. I'm kind of working on the assumption that it's all going to come to a grinding halt when we get through the dam, but because that's very similar to what happened in Milton. Milton, the Grey Mother kind of directed us down a route. We went down that route, and then we kind of just went to a cutscene, and that was the end of it. So
I could eat anything.
well, we have some bear meat, so that'll probably do you. Okay, so we are heading towards the dam. We may as well follow the rail tracks and go in this way. I'll just sprint just to get a bit of a move on. And then we've got to make a decision. Where are we going to go? I'm thinking that's a wolf, but it's eating something, and that might actually come into our advantage because the bear is quite a long way away from shelter, but this isn't. So, or the shelter that we're aiming for. But whatever this wolf is not. I haven't actually come this way. New location discovered. Train bridge. I came around the other way when I came up this way before, didn't I? Don't know how close I can get before the wolf clocks me. Well, that wasn't enough to kill it, but it was enough to get rid of it. Ah, hardly any point. But we'll take it. We might as well.
My fingers feel numb.
Yeah, I suspect you're probably right. Okay, let's get inside the dam perimeter then. I think what we're going to do is we will camp out inside the top section of the dam. And obviously we're then going to have to wait for the Aurora. Ah! Okay, I think this might not be a bad idea. It's a crate. I was thinking, because there's this cable here. I was thinking if that's an electrical cable, it could well be when we have an Aurora. That will become live and become very difficult for us to do anything with. But apparently not. Okay, so we're in the upper level of the dam now.
I thought I'd be dying from starvation.
You're not. There you go. Stop whinging. Okay, so now we have to wait. Although I'm just trying to think if we left anything useful behind when we came here before. Which of course we may well have done. I suppose now the tricky bit is that we need an Aurora. So we kind of got to wait for it. And we ain't got one now. Okay, well we've got stuff that we can be using for firewood.
I think I can use this.
Probably not actually because we're already wearing one. These are just pigeonholes. It's just stuck underneath. Another pry bar. Then we've got a workbench here. We've got some matches. Could do with those. I didn't really search this before, did I, by the looks of it? So we'll have a nudge around and just see. There isn't really a fat lot that we've found so far, though, to be honest. That's not something we can.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Bit of lamp fuel. Come in handy since we are using our lamp. we want to see are the lights coming on.
I need to find some way in.
Yeah, so we need to wait until we have an aurora. We can't go anywhere until we have an aurora.
No way I'm getting in here without some electricity to power this pen.
Missions updated. Oh, okay, yes. Find the cache near the entrance to the floor. Musco agrees with Mr. Lake. Find the cache in Mr. Lake. Forest Talker supply caches. Late gunshots. Go to the dam and retrieve the documents hidden under a loose tile at the bottom of the stairs leading to the admin area. Yes, of course. Well, that's the exit. That's the control room, which is where we need to be going. This is the turbine room. Ooh, ooh, hang on. Did we come down here before? Fluffy! Are you here, Fluffy? Hello, Fluffy. Now this has changed. Okay, yes, this is where you used to go to get down to where Fluffy was, but it's changed a little bit. We can't get down here now. Again, I don't know whether that was done pre-Wintermute, or if it's something to do with Wintermute. There was an extra little bit to this, wasn't there? I'm trying to remember where it was. Is it over here? Ah, here it is. Right, loose tile at the bottom of the stairs leading to the admin area. Well, these are the stairs leading to the admin area. Here is the bottom of them. So then we need to find a loose tile. Search loose tile. There's some documents. Okay. Well, we'll take them, but I'm not going to bother going anywhere. That doesn't go anywhere either. Again, we have no aurora at the moment, so doesn't look like we're going to be getting in today. Oh, I'm going to... Oh, well, there is a pry bar in here, so well, as far as we've got a pry bar. We have got a couple of cans of soda in here, so we'll take those. And I think we are... There's the pry bar, can't be bothered with that. And we are a little bit stuck, unfortunately. We can't do a fat lot. There's a hat, excellent. Desperately needed that. We can't do a fat lot, unfortunately, until we get an aurora. So, yeah, we haven't got one at all. No aurora here. So, yeah, this may end up being a little bit of a random thing now. I'm gonna sleep relatively short periods in case the aurora triggers. Have I got no water? Oh, blinky neck. Okay, not to worry, we can... We'll sleep for 4 hours, and if there's lights on when we wake up, we have an aurora. And then we have to get ourselves down that keypad really, really quickly. We don't... And I don't appear to have any water. Have I drank it? I've drank it all. It's not good. So first thing in the morning we are going to have to make some more water if we do anything else. So if we do a 6 hour sleep, that should take us through to the following morning, hopefully. And then we can nip outside, light ourselves a fire just outside the door, and get ourselves... I need to check the condition of my bedroll as well, because I've noticed it's got patches appearing on it, which usually means the condition is deteriorating quite badly. quite nice out here, but it's a bit windy. But we can start a fire just here. So start some sticks. We'll use one of those, use a wood match. And we just need to make ourselves some water. A few litres, I think. As much as we can. We haven't got to do any long distance travelling now, so we can make a fair bit of water, I think. So we've got plenty. It's going to be hilarious if that barrel there is a fire barrel. Absolutely hilarious. Hopefully this lights. I was kind of hoping in this video we'd get an aurora and we'd be able to carry on and move through, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to have happened. We'll do 2 litres and hopefully we'll have enough to do the other 2 as well. So let's boil 2 litres. I can hear ominous music playing. There we go. So that is... Have I got enough to take a torch? No. Don't worry about that. Right, well, not a fat lot we can do now, unfortunately. Let's just drink. So we don't lose any more conditions. So, not a fat lot we can do now until we get an aurora. Let's just go back inside where it's a bit warmer. Yeah, we can't do much else now, but we know what we must do. We are in the dam. We are waiting for an aurora. As soon as we get one, we'll be able to carry on through the control room and down and out. I don't know exactly where we have to go. I don't know whether we have to go into the control room to open various doors and things before we can proceed any further, or whether we now have to go through the control room and jump down or do something else. I don't know. But right now, we are a bit stuck. So I am going to say we'll call it a day for this video. And hopefully in the next one, we'll get our aurora and we'll be able to carry on and get ourselves over the Pleasant Valley. But right now, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. As always, I am really grateful to everyone who watches and comments and likes these videos. Remember to hit that subscribe button. There'll be one on the screen very, very shortly when the little end thing plays. Yeah, we'll be stepping up our videos. I'm also going to be doing a Long Dark tutorial series fairly soon. So anyone who's new to the Long Dark, needs a bit of guidance and advice on how to do it, that's going to be coming very soon as well. But right now, for very close to the end of Wintermute, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again very, very soon.